Facebook's live, YouTube's live. Let's get Instagram fired up. Let's see here. Takes me a second to get it going. And we are almost live on Instagram. Give me just a second. Boom. All right, live. Mary, good evening to you. YouTube, we're good. Oops, hang on. Wrong button on Instagram. I was sending someone a picture. Karen, checking in from Long Island. Good evening to you. Mom's here. Chrissy is here. Hello. Good evening to you. All right, Mary. Well, we're going to be about 10 minutes getting the introduction, so you got some time. New Jersey, Laura's checking in. Hello. Lori's checking in. George is checking in. Let's see. I missed it here. Chrissy, I got you. Yeah, April says that was fun earlier. For those of you who missed it earlier, I had a bunch of things to do. I had a bunch of commercials to record, so I let you guys watch us record them live. It was kind of fun. So we recorded the commercials and I put it on live. You guys got to watch it. It was pretty neat. So cool. Carrie in Virginia is 10 degrees. Woo! Nuts. But April, thanks for being here earlier for sure. Lori, got you. Angie, hello. Says hi, Mike and everyone. Pam, good evening. Donna, good to see you as well. David, how are you, sir? Kristen's here. Vicky's here. Enjoy, Vicky. So isn't that fun? We actually make commercials fun. You know, we joke about it, but I just ended up putting a post on everywhere, I guess, talking about the plan. And the reality is we're taking this to the next level. We're going to make this something special, and the commercials are paying for it. So that's kind of the deal. So cool. So yeah, I figured I'd let you watch them, and we can interact a little bit together. So Carol said I clicked on something accidentally. Where am I? You are live on Instagram in Indiana, Carol. So stick around, watch the show. We do this show live just about every night. And it's very inspirational. We're also over on Facebook, and we're over on YouTube as well. So there was no accident. You're probably here for a reason. Let's see. Louisiana, Amanda's checking in. Lee, are you really in Switzerland? That would be kind of fun. Tammy, Carol's here. Hanging with the cool kids, she says. Tammy from Plainfield, Illinois. Hello. Karen from Lafayette, not too far down the road. Denver, Ann's checking in. Patty is a Vikings fan, apparently. Let's see. Michelle, hello. Julie, I keep hitting the wrong button. Julie, good evening. Keith and Alice checking in. Robin from San Diego. Simmer Kimmer, Canada in the house. We've officially gone international. First one from Canada, first one anywhere besides Lee. First one anywhere who checks in from somewhere other than the United States. We call it an international show. So kind of fun with that. Yeah, Kristen said that was fun earlier. We had fun with it too. I figured, the reality is I think what makes this more fun is that we just get to know each other and we get to help each other. And so the reality is that's where we're headed. So it's just neat to just show you that we're just all doing this together. We're just regular people, right? Robin says hi. Kay Lynn in the house. Pamela, hello. Let's see. Now you guys are back talking to each other, which is always fun. Toronto's checking in, Rhonda. Very cool. And we're international on Facebook as well. How fun is that? -10 and Pam clarifies with -10 Fahrenheit in Vermont. Yeah, that's why I don't live in Vermont. So, wow. WW Pats fan says first Sunday in a while they have weeklies left over. That's how you win. You just continue to make small adjustments and you become victorious. So, Rosalie from Tennessee. Renee, yeah, here they are. Got them. I'm reading the screen first. Colorado, Cindy's checking in. Pagosa Springs. Kimberly says hi, everyone. Denise is here. Let's see. Yeah. Leads down 125.4. Awesome. Lee from Kentucky is here. Joanne says, my app says 5 degrees here, but your car showed -5 when you drove home a couple hours ago. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, yeah, Dan says, when it warms up 10 degrees, I will let you know it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit after being -30 in Winnipeg. I don't know. I'm not sure. Therese from Illinois checking in. Dayton, Robin, hello. Good evening to you. Kentucky, Donna's here. Pam is here. Got you. Cindy in Tustin, California. Tammy said, how did anyone know you were doing commercials? I missed it. I only did them on Facebook, and I decided I was getting ready to record them, and I said, well, you know what? I'll just do a Facebook Live. If someone wants to watch, they want to watch, and that's it. So there was no notice. I didn't tweet it. I didn't do anything like that. I just let it go out on Facebook. So, but because I honestly didn't think anyone would want to watch that. But if you want, I will start tweeting that out next time as well, Tammy. I just didn't. I was surprised that a bunch of you popped in to watch me record a bunch of commercials. I think because most of the time, don't we spend our whole day fast forwarding through commercials, and then you guys sat here for an hour watching me record commercials over and over and over. And a couple times, we had to do a couple of them 2 or 3 times, didn't we? Yeah. I ended up tweeting the blooper commercial. I don't know if you saw that, but when I started laughing in the middle of it, I said, well, I'll cut that out. And I sent that out through Twitter, and I think it's on Facebook as well. So, yeah, Switzerland. Lee is in Switzerland, California. Denise, I see you. Did I skip you earlier? I'm sorry if I did. But hi, Denise. Cheryl from Virginia. It's kind of, I wish, I literally get 3 lines. Like right now on my screen, the only thing I can see is I can only see 2 people. I can see Cheryl and Rochelle from Cincinnati. And then so I scroll up and I can see Tammy from Oceanside, California, Katie from Oklahoma. But I can only see 2 or 3 people at a time. So I have to scroll up. And sometimes I guess I miss them. Samantha from Arkansas. Schaumburg, Illinois. Jill, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here. Jan's on a snowy night in Illinois. Arizona, Jane is here. First time live. Woo woo! Fun, fun, fun. And when you're live, it's way more fun, right? I try and encourage people to come do it live because it's, oh, you know what? That's what. So Kirby was telling me earlier, when I was doing the commercials, I got to take my watch off. When I was doing commercials, my wrist kept hitting the desk. And I'm wearing a different watch today because my other one's charging. So, all right, no watches. Coral, Florida, Leanne's here. Navarra, Amy's here. Jill, first time live too. Woohoo! Last time was Q&A only, so now you'll get to see a whole show. Yeah, Amanda says, get your water ready. My water is right here. Renee says, I'm attracted to you with and without the glasses. Thank you. Very, very nice of you. I had LASIK in 01, so I don't need glasses to read far away, but reading here, it helps to have glasses, so. Robin, first time as well live. We need to figure, I don't know what the answer is, but we need to figure out something for first time people who are live. And I don't know what that is. So you guys come up with that and tweet it. Tweet at Wise Advice and then use hashtag, or I don't know if you use hashtag, but send me a tweet because that's the easiest one for me to filter through on what you think we should do the first time someone joins. Janine's checking in from upstairs. That's pretty funny. Hi. I can almost see, it's like she's right there. We laugh, right? But my house goes quiet when we do the live show. So, and I have very explicit instructions. Stay off the internet because I have 3 devices streaming. No TV because our TV streams. Sit quietly for an hour while we record the show. And so they almost always fall asleep. So what an amazing, you guys, all of you are very kind and you thank them for everything that we do, and it's true. They endure quite a bit for us to get this show going. So, Tanny is 15 degrees in Michigan. San Diego, Ashley's checking in. San Diego, says Robin. Let's see. Angie says, okay, the phone is dying. Catch you in the morning. Got it. Lake Elsinore, California. Becky's here. Yeah, Denise, you're absolutely right. Denise on Instagram says thanks for the girls. It's. I mean, we've done. This is what we do now, right? It's just kind of fun, but you're right. There is a little bit of a little bit that goes into it. Like for instance, this is one of the things I told the other night is Megan was here and they had friends over and I'm like, you got to leave by 10. So we kick everybody out of the house at 10. So when she has friends over on a Friday, Saturday night, we got to kick people out at 10 so we can do the show. So I'm hoping, having the studio and or building a studio in the basement will be a very, very, very cool goal because then I'll have a soundproof room in the house. It'll just make it interesting. So we'll see. We'll make it work. Cold in Toronto. Yep, yep, yep. Let's see. Judy almost missed it. You got it live. Donna, you watched the replay. Yep, that was fun. Barbara says I only let the favorites know. No, I only wanted to do it on. I wasn't even going to do it at all. I was just going to record them and go. But, yeah. Let's see. You want the blooper? It's all the video is on Facebook. So if you want to watch the commercials, you go to Facebook at Wise Advice, and you'll see the commercials that we recorded them all. It was fun. We had a blast just hanging out. Let's see. Let's see. Hartford, West Hartford. Christy's here. Aaron from New York. Cool. Kristen said, just got done exercising on your elliptical while watching TV. Didn't realize how long you stayed on until you looked down and it showed 3404, 6.6, and calories of 810. That's incredible. Very, very fun. All right, well, let's get this thing going, shall we? Snowing in Iowa because of Monica. Yes, Denise, I need a teleprompter of some sort. Linda's recovering from a Disney trip. Jill says, how do I set up a Twitter account? So it's real simple. Go to twitter.com/wise advice or /fatdag. But /wise advice is the show Twitter. At fatdag is me. They're both me, but let me be clear. But I do a lot of other stuff. I retweet a lot of stuff. Generally from the show account, the only thing I'm really doing is interacting with you, if you interact with me, or letting you know when the show is. But the Fat Dag account, I do everything else. So go to twitter.com/wise advice, create an account, and then follow Wise Advice. And then in there, turn on notifications so that anytime that account tweets, you'll get a notification and it'll be in your phone and you'll know when I decide I'm going to do a show, it'll let you know. So if I say at noon, I'm going to do a show tonight at 10, you'll know at noon that there's going to be a show at 10. 15 minutes before the show, Twitter will automatically remind you in 15 minutes there's a show. And then Twitter will also automatically remind you that we're going live now. That's the easiest way I found out to set up notifications. Facebook will notify you. Instagram notifies you. I think YouTube notifies you. But Twitter is the most consistent as far as it just lets you know earlier in the day. Facebook and YouTube will only let you know when I actually go live, whereas Twitter will let you know exactly when I make the decision to go live. Fran's out doing some cardio, taking us along. Very fun. Let's see. Jennifer Austin's in the house. So, Robin finally listened on how to use the phone to listen. Very cool. All right, I'm going to skip ahead. So if I missed you, I apologize. So let's see. Robin says a free 2-pound loss when you're first-time listeners. I agree. We recalibrate the scale. Yep. Central Arkansas, first time. Tara, good evening. Rochelle says I agree, would love to have them join the show. I'm assuming that's Janine and Megan. Yep. Everyone's good. We go doctor's appointment in the morning, actually, tomorrow morning. So we'll have well, I probably won't update you guys, but maybe we'll do it during the next show. Thanks for asking, Amanda. Adam, checking in on YouTube. Good evening. Maria, you are not invisible. You're right there. It just takes me a while to get to the bottom. So you're not invisible. Yeah, so Tammy, that's it. So really, it's fun. Okay, Janine's in here chatting. So cool. I will let her keep up with you. I'm going to scroll to the very, 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 very bottom. And Lee, you're right. Today, Lee, this is the first time you're listening today, Lee. I get that. So, are you ready for episode 161? Let's do this. Get your water ready, right? Let's see those water emojis. Dun, 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 dun. Mic check, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you guys remember this? Tammy made me this. Yep. Right here. So I keep it right there. Tammy, thanks for that. Again. All right. Episode 161. If you haven't already, get over to Facebook. Read the post about the vision. Let's get this thing done. Let's make this a great listener-supported show. We're going to pop the water. Hang on. Here it is. Cheers. I have a hole in the side of my mouth. There's something I missed. Whew. All right. Water's down. Episode 161. Mute. All right, cool. Here we go. Let's do this. I wonder if I need some like Facebook music, like da 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 da. Sorry. It's been one of those days. Episode 161. Amanda has a cherry limeade water. Chris, you caught it just in time. We're just getting going. So, how do you not burp? I don't know. I just did. So, I've been drinking a lot of water. I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. I am honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to 161 of Wise Advice. Had to check and make sure we were recording because I did that the other night. Hello, welcome to episode 161 of Wise Advice. And I want to just again open the show with a huge thank you for being here. Everything we do together really just makes this an amazing community. Leanne writes in out of the gate, says, "Hi, I'm Leanne from Florida. I've lost over 100 pounds and I hit goal twice in my adult life. I have lost 30 more pounds many times. Too many. My poor body. I've been on so many different diets that I cannot count them all. They all work. I was at goal last Christmas. I gained 50 pounds over the year. I am now 47 and I'm down 15 plus pounds since starting Weight Watchers on December 3rd. I have 30 pounds more to lose to hit goal, and my goal is a little higher this time for easier maintenance, and I intend on joining meetings for the last 15 to 20 so I can hit lifetime and keep my online account. This time is different. I've said that before. This time it feels different. It's true. I'm learning to enjoy proper portions of food. That is big for me as I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club and I like to eat as much as my husband. It's always a fight to lose weight. Now, if I feel like pigging out, I can fill up with soup or salad first, or even a chicken breast. It's also different as in the past, I got to goal and I started acting like a naturally thin person who never had food or weight issues. I have reverse anorexia. I think I look thinner than I am, so I must be. It's an excuse to be able to eat more. I need to manage my obesity. My friends and family do not understand because I was not morbidly obese. I could have been, but I have dieted for most of my life. I am not a naturally thin person. I have to work to keep my weight in check. I will never give up. Well, now I'm babbling, but that's my story. My why is for my family and my health. I had a TIA mini stroke, and while I'm still undergoing testing, the best thing I can do for myself is to lose the weight and exercise. And of course, maintain. Thank you. You are very much appreciated. I love listening to you and hearing stories about the others. I find so much inspiration. Leanne. Leanne, I'm glad you're with us. Sorry to hear about your stroke, but it's awesome that you're here, focused, ready to get it done. You absolutely are ready. Now let's talk about your amazing willpower. You've lost over 100 pounds twice and you hit goal. That right there is incredible focus. That's incredible work. You have done that. So sure, we now need to figure out, how we maintain it, how we keep that your new lifestyle. But the fact of the matter is you are incredible to be able to do that. You've proven you can do that. I want you to think about that for just a moment and celebrate that, yeah, I can do anything that you want to. We need to make a plan. We need to make a plan for your life that this time when you hit goal, what is going to be different? I want you to look at all your previous journeys and I want you to figure out how maybe you ended up restarting. What was it that triggered you? What was it that kept it going? Because we all know when we get to that goal point, we have to then, adjust our lifestyle, continue doing the things that got us to goal to stay at goal. I agree with you. This time for me, it's completely different. I've said it too. You have to feel different. You have to act different. And as you start learning to enjoy proper portions of food, take an inventory of that. I get completely surprised at how little food I can survive off and still be completely satisfied. For so long, I was overeating, and clearly that played into all of the issues up to this point. But I've now realized through tracking, through proper management, that I don't need as much food as my body thinks it does. There's so many times throughout the course of the day where I think that I'm hungry, and reality is a glass of water or a piece of fruit will completely satisfy that for many, many hours. And there's actually a little bit of hunger feels healthy now to me. Whereas before I used to eat and be so full and so stuffed that it was just absolutely miserable because I was afraid of that hunger feeling. But now that I recognize that hunger feeling feels good, that just a tiny little bit of hunger lets me know that I'm working the plan properly and getting it done. You're right. We do need to manage our obesity. You're doing a fantastic job managing it. We now need to solidify it. So your entire life you've been doing it. Of course, your friends and family aren't clearly going to understand. The only people who really understand are the people who've gone through this journey, which is what makes this amazing community so valuable. You can do this. Eating proper and being healthy is doable no matter what you have going on in your life. We've made the decision that we have to eat. You just choose things that are going to sustain you. They're higher in protein, they're healthy. And when you make the right choice to eat healthy, you do a little bit of exercise, you can have anything you want in that range, and you can manage this entire ordeal. So many people have done it. That's why we stick together, to remind ourselves so that we don't end up gaining it back as we start celebrating the fact that we hit goal. We stay with the group, we reach back, we help someone else. As you're helping someone else, it constantly reminds you to stay focused on the journey. That's why I do this show every single night, except for the days that I don't. But it's important for me to stay connected to folks who are like-minded, who understand what I've gone through and who understand what I'm going through. That is how I manage success. I want to take a second to share a very special email with you today. It came in this morning. I woke up. It was the first thing I read this morning, and it demonstrates the proper, it demonstrates how powerful this network is. As you know, a couple days ago, I was interviewed for the End of 3 Fitness podcast. I put the link out on Facebook. I'll attach a note in the show notes here if you haven't heard that interview. I was quite proud of that interview. We sat and did it. When I got done, I listened to it again. I'm like, yeah, actually, I kind of like that. And I was hoping that it would just get distributed so far-reaching that it would start helping. And so the host of the show, Jared Moon, he was an Air Force guy as well. I don't know exactly how he found my story, but he did. And so he called me. We did an interview. He put me on his podcast, the End of 3 Fitness podcast. We talked for about an hour. Well, I say we. I talked for about 55 minutes, and he asked me 3 questions. You guys understand that really well. So it was an hour-long episode, and I just, you just never know where that's going to go. But he said somewhere in the middle, he asked me, how did I connect my fitness to the mission? And he said there's a lot of military folks listening that he knows of, and so he wanted me to help them, kind of connect it to the mission. So the email I get this morning comes in from New Mexico, and here's how it goes. So I get interviewed for the podcast. Somebody hears the podcast, and somebody says, hey, you need to listen to this podcast. So it gets shared. This story's now 4 iterations down. And William writes in and says, sir, I'm a tech sergeant in the New Mexico Air National Guard. I am listening to your podcast as we speak. I have a PT test in 6 weeks. Your words have resonated with me. I will probably pass by the skin of my teeth, but your words truly are totally relatable. The habit, the change in life, and the why, I have 15 years in. I have failed a PT test 2 years ago. I really am taking your mentorship seriously, and I want to thank you for your words already. Signed, Tech Sergeant William Fitzpatrick, the 150th LRS at a New Mexico Air National Guard. Dude, I'm honored to be your wingman. I'm here for you. I know your story. I lived your story, and your story has an amazing ending. How do you want it to go? How do you want your story written? So when I was in the place, I didn't know what support looked like. I didn't know how to ask. I didn't know how to reach out. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was completely alone in the journey. Of course, I asked for help, but generally speaking, the help that was offered was not the help that my brain needed to get this in, to get it done. So as we start building this support network, you can just help us. You can tap in, you can get help from the network, and we can get you to a place where you never ever stress about this PT test again. OperationFatDag.org is the website. That's where we're going to start providing the resources for folks just like you, folks just like me, who don't know where to turn, and they absolutely can get their help. Let's talk about your PT test in 6 weeks. You failed 2 years ago. I want you to understand that we vow to never do it. We don't want to fail these things. I get it. So 2 years ago, and here you are going to pass by the skin of your teeth. I'm glad to see you're at a point where you feel confident that you're at least going to pass. We can build on that. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to take this one step further. Passing is the bare minimum. It reminds me of that old adage is, someone puts a bar on the ground and says to folks, hey, hop over this bar. And so one by one, people just kind of, just got over the bar. And this one kid comes up and he runs and he jumps as high as he can and he jumps over and the bar was laying on the ground and someone goes, "Why did you do that?" He goes, "Well, I'm not settling for the minimum." So when we do this fitness test and we tie it to the mission, we have to know that to be a good airman, it requires everything we have in all areas of our life. The absolute good news is you're plugged into an amazing podcast with Jared, the End of 3 Fitness podcast. You're plugged in here. Join the Facebook group Wise Wingmen. Together, we'll work with you. We will get you to, and I want to see an excellent score. And if we don't get it this go around, I want you to celebrate the fact that you passed it, and I want you to immediately turn right around and keep working on it. So often we go year to year and we neglect the fitness. It puts us in a really bad shape mentally, and then all of a sudden it gets too late and it's hard to recover. But if you build a lifelong habit of just working out consistently, I promise you, your next test will be amazing. And with 15 years in, man, what an amazing career. Let's retire on your terms. Let's retire with dignity. Where you say, I'm going out because I want to retire, not because I'm being forced out. William, man, I am here for you. I am completely honored that you wrote in, and I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk this journey together. Next up, Julie from Waterford, Michigan writes in and says, "Good morning, Mike. First, I was over the moon to listen to podcast episode 151 and hear you featuring my email. I went to bed early last night as I wasn't feeling well. I have only heard one live broadcast and it was so much fun. I wish I could listen more to live, but however, I'm just not a night person. While I was resting last night, I kept thinking about your article on coming to terms with obesity management. It really haunted me and stayed with me. My first email I sent you a while back talked about how I've been a Weight Watcher member since probably 18, and although I never obtained goal, it kept me from being morbidly obese. I have, over the years, reflected a lot on that. For a long time, that was enough. I came from a family with members obese and alcohol addiction. Really, almost who doesn't? Do understand that I am so grateful for you and your message about focus and discipline, and of course getting it done. Rest assured, I am. Back to more of what I wanted to share and communicate with you about is the years at my Weight Watcher meetings and one particular leader named Sherry. Being a leader, I think you'll find this interesting. After listening to a few of your podcasts back in the beginning of the fall, I knew I needed to do a few things. First off, get back to a meeting with Sherry. Well, she will be retiring soon after being a leader for close to 40 years. She only does one meeting now that's near me, Tuesdays at 9:30. I have been instructing a 9 o'clock Tuesday exercise class for over a decade and now managing the fitness studio here in Waterford. So I chose to put me first. Regardless of the initial backlash, I knew I would receive for not instructing any more Tuesday morning classes. With a new instructor in place, back I went to Sherry's meeting. We know each other very well. We hugged and I told her I was going to goal and she was going to give me all the accolades along the way. One of the things I always loved about Sherry is her constant connection to the addiction part of this journey. All of her meetings for me, going back 16 years, have always touched on the addiction part. The need to get away from sugar and the mind, body, and the spiritual journey. She always comments on how the meeting is getting away from topic, but sometimes the way it unfolds is more important than the topic. She also began to enlighten me and the group on the food industry and their goal of keeping us addicted. Just last week, she mentioned she'll be doing her meeting with the monkey in the new year with all the new people signing up. So let me tell you about the monkey. Years ago, I walked into my meeting. There she is at the front of the room with this long, skinny, stuffed monkey. Long arms that have Velcro on the hands, Velcro around his neck is the monkey. I'm sure you figured out the story. That darn monkey on our shoulder. Food and its incredible pull and its hold over us. I went out and I bought a little stuffed version of her monkey, and I hung it from the visor for years. Her stories are always inspiring and visual, reminding us constantly of the struggle to keep that monkey quiet and to keep him calm. She never really goes away. We just learn how to manage him or her. I used to think I just can't pull him or her off without, I just wish I could kill him or her. No, she's part of who I am. I've been living with it my whole life. She just doesn't get to be in charge anymore. I look forward to my future pictures with her and my goal and lifetime accomplishments. So much adds to this journey. She told me about retiring this year and asked if I would like to become a leader. If I can follow in her footsteps and touch the lives like she has, I most certainly would consider it. I would also like to thank you for the attendance goal message. As an instructor, I know how important it is to just start and show up. I love how you remind listeners to ease into exercise as a lifestyle. As you know, so many go gung-ho and then can't move and they get discouraged. Find what works for you and try to enjoy. Someday I would love the opportunity to meet or perhaps even chat by phone. You have touched my life, and like many, including your beautiful family and all the listeners and connectors, I am so grateful. Julie. Julie, thank you for that great email. And you're absolutely right. That monkey is there. The food addiction that we have to manage is something we're going to have to figure out how to manage for the rest of our lives. I'm glad you're able to tune in. I understand that, the live show many times goes late into the evenings. That's why we put the replay on YouTube. You can always find it there. You can find it in Facebook for sure. But as you start listening, what I'm most glad to see is it doesn't matter where you found it. It doesn't matter how you found it. What matters is you're paying attention and you're making the change that you need to. The fact that you stopped leading your fitness class so you could attend a meeting that works shows incredible focus. It shows you put you first, regardless of whatever backlash. You had to take care of you and you had to make you the priority. That is how you do this. When we decide finally that we're making us the priority, everything else works. You can do this, but you have to put you first. You just got to do that so that you are then free and able to figure out what it is you want to work on next. When you take care of you first, you free up your mind to do everything else that you want and is possible. Now let's absolutely talk about the sugar addiction. It's one of the things that I've figured out in this journey for me. It's why I understand that much of what I eat, I have to truly manage. I have to make a decision beforehand because I know one small, simple bite almost always leads to 2, 3, 4 or more. It absolutely is that monkey on my back, is that I know the first bite leads to many more. There's a great book. It's on the website, fatdag.com. It's The End of Overeating. It talks about the food industry exactly. It talks about right now there are scientists in a lab who are crafting food to make it more addictive. We have marketers who are making the package look so much more appealing visually. You have people who put it in the store right at the eye level. So we have to, every single day, we have to be prepared to fight this battle. Then when you get the sugar in your body, your body just continues to crave more of it. So every time, I decide to make or have something, I kind of equate it to keeping my addictions on life support. And so at some point I had to decide, for some of them, I had to completely get over it. I had to completely put them aside and completely break that addiction 100%. It would be equivalent to, asking someone if they were trying to quit smoking. Granted, I've never done that, so I don't know how incredibly difficult that is. But what I can tell you is everybody that I know has done it, they've just stopped doing it. They didn't come at it with a mindset of, I'll stop smoking on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but on Friday I want to smoke 1 or 2. On Saturday I want to smoke because it's the weekend, and then Sunday night I'll stop smoking again, and then I'll take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back off. It doesn't work that way. If you want to break the addiction, you have to truly break the addiction. By following a plan and having a cheat meal and having a cheat day, things that aren't aligned with the plan, you're keeping your addictions on life support. You have a great vision here. You look forward to the future and the pictures of you at your goal in your lifetime. Use that vision to break your addiction, to get control of your addiction, to manage the monkey. You don't need to kill it. You don't need to you just need to domesticate it. And when you do that, you can have it in your life and you can manage this for the rest of your life. Keep up the amazing work. I hope you would consider becoming a leader. It's one of the most rewarding things I have ever done in my life. Week after week, standing in the room, watching people completely melt in front of me is incredible. Knowing that we're together fostering an environment where it's safe and comforting, where they feel like they can win is incredible. To be the leader of the room, to help orchestrate that conversation is clearly, it's something you absolutely should consider. Now, continue on with your attendance goal. Continue on working the plan. You never know. Someday, perhaps we will meet. Follow fatdag.com. Click on the event calendar to find out where I'm going to be next. I'll give you a heads up. I'll be in Michigan around probably the second week of February. So keep an eye on the calendar for that, and maybe we'll see you in the Detroit area. Next up, at a Port St. Lucie, Florida, Melissa writes in and says, "Hi, Mike. I just deleted my whole history that I've typed out about my weight gains and losses throughout my 62 years, which has probably been well over 100 pounds. As I decided to get right to the point. I need to lose 15 pounds. It may not seem huge to others, but to me, it's like climbing the highest mountain. Even though last December my annual physical showed me at pre-diabetic risk and my cholesterol teetering on the highest point of normal, I was unable to change my eating habits. I joined Weight Watchers online again this past May. I started out great. I lost 7 pounds, but meandered off my path with summer vacations, family gatherings, etc. I had to go back and forth up north for a wedding in early October. Packing for me has always been a nightmare. Having to try on clothes to see which fit at that particular time, and of course, they're never the ones that coordinate with each other, which results in a check bag versus a carry-on. It takes me 2 hours to pack for a long weekend while my husband does it in 15 minutes. I've had enough. I want to have fewer clothes that always fit and go with one another. It's funny how this motivated me more than my medical needs. I didn't realize it at the time, but that is my why. On my return home, I canceled my Weight Watcher online membership and I joined up for the meetings. I need that accountability. I discovered Connect, and although I don't post anything myself, I get huge motivation from it. And it was through Connect that I found out about Wise Advice. I downloaded your app, and it's been wonderful. All your mantras stay with me throughout the day, but the one that is in my head the most is, you can do this. When I wake up and I want to roll over for a few extra winks, your voice pops into my head saying, you can do this. And as hard as I try to ignore it, you won't go away. I usually sigh, but I get up and I go out the door for a walk where I bring you along with me. Or either I go swimming or maybe for a bike ride. Sometimes for over an hour, sometimes only 15 minutes. I've learned the importance of attendance over performance. I've lost 8 pounds so far. I know that my numbers will be better when I see my doctor in a few weeks. I know that this time I will get to the point on the scale when I say I've lost enough, and most importantly, I know that this will be it. Weight Watchers and me for life, along with a closet full of clothes that actually fit. Saying thank you doesn't seem like enough for all you've given us, but I say it with all my heart. Thank you for being there for us, for your encouragement, your positive attitude, and for the hours spent away from your own family while you're giving yourselves to us, your extended family. Please thank your wife and your daughter for sharing you with us, and thank you for your service to this wonderful country of ours. With much appreciation and gratitude, Melissa. Melissa, what a beautiful email. Thank you for that. And Thank you for writing in. Now, here's the piece that we talk about often in this journey. It doesn't matter how much weight you have to lose. Whether you want to lose 15 pounds or you want to lose 100 pounds or you want to lose 200 pounds. If you do not like the way you look, if you don't like the way your clothes fit, it doesn't matter what the number is. It's the same mental battle regardless of the number. It's why we say the number doesn't matter. If you're not comfortable, if you're not happy, it doesn't matter. The good news is you found a place where we can change that. You're absolutely right. Finding that accountability, hopping into a meeting room is absolutely key to this success. There have been so many people who've been very, very successful online only. I am just not one of them. There's so many people who need that accountability of a meeting. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to never, ever miss a meeting. I want you to put it in your calendar first. I want you to make sure you attend a meeting. If for some reason you can't get into that one, you need to hit another meeting that same week. I want you to walk into that meeting room. I want you to shake hands with everybody in there. I want you to introduce yourself. As uncomfortable as it is, I assure you, you will get a warm reception. The reason that's important is as you do that, as you make those connections, you start building real accountability to the group. If you walk in and you sit back quietly, which some of us need at times, I get that, but if you don't interact with the group, it makes that accountability seem a little more distant. But you can do this. You absolutely can do this. And when you get to the point where you walk in your closet and everything fits, everything looks good, it's an amazing day. There's been so many times, just like you, before I finally decided to do this, is that I would get ready for a wedding and I would be running off to the store the night before a wedding to buy something. And really, you're showing up to an event in whatever fits, not what looks good on you, not what you felt like wearing. You know, I've had to buy clothes before that the only thing I could buy was there in my size. That's not goal. Goal is right now I can walk up into my closet. I can pick anything out of there. I can go. I could pack for a trip just like your husband in 15 minutes. I could throw a bunch of stuff in there. I know when I get to where I'm going, it's all going to fit. But you can't meander off the path. You can't start off great with a 7-pound loss and then say that's good enough. You have to push forward. You have to make sure you want to do this. So many times that first week is a little bit of sabotage because the first week we do so well and then we expect that same level of results every single week. And quite often that's not how it works. It's the long-term goal that gets this done. It's that continued focus for the rest of your life. It's managing the obesity for the rest of your life. It's that point where you say, I have lost enough and I am at goal. Melissa, you can do this. I know you can do this. I've seen so many people find the success when they're truly ready. They find their why. They write it down. They never forget it. They dig deep. They have a why so powerful that just the mere thought of it brings tears. When you get there, when you solve it, you will be at goal. We'll reach out as a community and we will absolutely celebrate. It takes proper attendance over the performance. If you show up, if you stay focused, if you never miss a meeting and you stay dialed in, you will get to goal. And when you do, we'll reach out and we'll celebrate. What is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com, click on Wise Advice Podcast, send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in to the next show. I want you to email in your celebrations because, as you heard, every single one of us has a story that needs to be told. The more we tell the story, the more we interact, we become accountable to each other. That accountability is what gets you going. That accountability is what keeps you focused. That accountability is what will get you to goal. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, let me shut everything down. Give me just a second. Thank you. I can almost tell how long the episode is by how much my ears hurt when it gets towards the end. Crazy stuff. So, woo. Let's see. All kinds of comments. I'm trying to see if I can scroll through here. A lot going on Instagram. Woo, very fun. I can't keep up with you guys on Instagram, but cool. Diane, thank you. Episode 161 is in the books. Did I miss it, Ann? Are you here? I didn't know if I saw you pop in or not, but yep, Donna got it for us. Very cool. Amanda's got it too. Very nice. Very cool. So, cool. So what, yeah, so, here's the deal. Here's what we talked about this before. First week. How do you handle the first week? This is an education that we have to get through. If you can't take someone who's eaten bad their whole life and within overnight switch to eating healthy, it doesn't work that way. So I'm answering some Instagram questions over here. So here's the kind of the mindset. If we can make the what's the word I'm looking for? Let's go with this. Do you believe you're in this for life? Right? On YouTube. Do you believe you're in this for life? Facebook. Do you believe you're in this for life? Instagram. Do you believe you're in this for life? Now, if you believe you're in this for life, if you believe you're doing this for the rest of your life, 1 week at the very beginning does not matter. Right? So if you're starting out on your very first week, you can't go to where I'm at 2 years down the road. It's not the same journey. So the way this thing has to work is you have to understand that I'm going from, I eat terrible, I don't work out. You can't the next morning wake up, go run a marathon, eat a salad, and be content. It's not going to work that way. So what I want you to do is that if we agree, which we all just did, I saw so many yeses, if we agree we're in this for life, then we say the first week is an education. The first week, all I'm going to do is I'm going to track everything I ate. I don't care if I'm negative 18,000 points. Doesn't matter the first week. What matters is you looked everything up ahead of time. What matters is you understood the point value. And what matters is you put it in the book and you learn from it. Slowly, but surely, over the course of the next 6, 8, 12, 15, 18 months, whatever it is, 24 months, you will start asking yourself the question and you will completely change your life. It's my Chick-fil-A story all over again, right? My Chick-fil-A meal was, I'm going to paraphrase, so if you're doing math at home, don't yell at me. My Chick-fil-A meal was somewhere along the lines of 36 points. And back when I joined, I could do that. I had enough points where I could fit that into my day. It was easy. And so I did because I enjoyed it. And so I had the grilled nuggets, I had the fries, I had the ketchup, I had the barbecue sauce. I think I even had a Coke with it, right? And then as I started doing that, it fit into my plan. And so I started losing a little bit of weight. I started losing points along the way. And so at some point I had to make a decision. So next time I walk in, I was down 4 or 5 points because I was down, 15, 20 pounds or somewhere in there. And so when I went to order, I'm like, I don't have enough points for all of this. And when you're out of points, you stop eating points. So the next time, instead of ordering the large fry, I ordered the small fries. So still got the nuggets, still got the French fries, but a small instead of the large. And I moved on. A little while later, I started working through the program, and all of a sudden now, as I would continue to lose points, I had to then completely readjust again. And then so at that point, I opted not for the fries, and I switched it up for the fruit cup. And then later on down the road, I quit using the barbecue sauce. So, it took me a good 6 months to make that declaration. And so that's what you have to do as you go through this is you can't wake up overnight and be a rock star. Ryan, good to see you, sir. How are you? So that's how you do it is you just have to do it gradually, not a day one overnight switch. So that's my rant for tonight. Whew, got me fired up on that one. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's like food school. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Lee's great. Lee has a great analogy on Facebook. You can't take someone in kindergarten and expect them to write an essay. It's just not it. So, man, it's on YouTube. Go back and re-listen because Adam, man, you can do this. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. When you get to goal, it's the most amazing thing ever, and you can do it. So, there we go. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's Kathy says it perfectly over on Facebook. Kathy says there will come a day where you actually want an apple. And that's true. But if you told me on day one, hey Mike, you're gonna want an apple for lunch, I would say no way. I've eaten more apples in the last 18 months than I've eaten 43 years combined. It doesn't work. I didn't want apple. I didn't want bananas. And so now I do. And now the other day I went somewhere and I bought actually at lunch. I bought a banana at the cafeteria at work. It looked delicious. So you just have to just make that switch. And so you go back to I made the decision I'm in it for life. So therefore the timeline doesn't matter. So the first week is an education. Let's see, over on Facebook, Joyce says, every week or two when I lost weight and lost points, I was sad and had to make adjustments, but it worked. It worked out. Yeah, I don't know if you would have thought you could live on the points now. No, there's no way. No. If you would have told me on day one, you're going to get down to 23 points a day and enjoy it, I would have quit. But it goes back into that. I learned, to gradually make some changes. And it's the same thing I'm doing now is making the changes into this freestyle. So you have to just learn the plan. And the way to learn the plan is just by simply looking up everything ahead of time, making a decision. Does it align with my goal or does it not? The first couple weeks, it may not align with your goal, but really your first couple weeks, your goal is to learn the program. So it does align. So you can do this. Lee says, when you're out of apples, stop eating apples. That's one way. So Denise says, my husband pulled pretzels out, 2 sticks of cheese and pepperoni for an evening snack. You put it all up and opted for a banana and 2 cuties. 4 points. Yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. It's very, very fun. Yeah, and so this isn't about judgmental. We're not judging anyone. We've all been there. That's what's cool about this community is everyone who pops in understands it. So you can't say anything in here that someone else hasn't at least thought or heard or lived. That's what's cool about this group. So, cool. Yeah, dry, crunchy snacks. But I tell you, then have them and track them and have them and stay in. And so what's going to happen is if you want them, have them, put them in the app, track them. But then when you have to skip dinner because you had a crunchy snack and you're eating chicken again for dinner because you had a crunchy snack, you will naturally say, you know what, maybe next time I don't want the crunchy snack. So I used to eat potato chips for breakfast. I'm not kidding. I would eat a whole bag of Doritos on the way to work. I haven't had potato chips in so long now because I gave them up because they didn't fit into my plan. I didn't give them up because I didn't want them. I didn't give them up because someone said you had to not eat chips. I gave them up because I wanted to be healthy. And when I was eating real food, I didn't have enough room for potato chips on top of it. I made that decision. No one made it for me. So, yeah, see, there's Janine. Janine chiming in. True story. Doritos and Pepsi for breakfast was champion. More days than I can count, I had Pepsi and Doritos for breakfast. But haven't done that in 2 years, at least. And I don't miss it. I don't want it. So, Very good. Rosalie says, thanks for your comments about talking with other members at the Weight Watcher meeting. It makes all the difference in the world. Community and encouragement. Yeah. As a leader, one of the things, it's very difficult. I honestly tell you that, but one of the things that I should be doing is when new members come in, walking you in, introducing you to someone else in your journey, but that's difficult when the room's, this time of year, it's very full, but be assertive. I promise you, everybody in that room is supportive and wants to say hi to you. So here's how you do it. You walk in, you find the thinnest person in there, and you say, tell me about your journey. Use those words. Tell me about your journey. There isn't a single person in that room that doesn't want to brag. Oh, I lost Instagram. Let me fire Instagram. Anyway, Instagram's refiring. Sorry. Anyway, so I want you to walk into the meeting room, and I want you to be assertive. I want you to reach for people in there. Like I said, find the most fit, active person in there. There isn't a person in the room that doesn't want to share their story. So you walk in and you find someone, you say, tell me about your journey. They will tell you, you ask a couple key questions, and boom, you're friends because they like you because you asked about them. And then 2 weeks from now, you say to them, I want to be like you. So instantly you formed one friend, and all you said was, tell me about your journey. Easy. That's your homework assignment. Walk into your meeting next week and say, tell me about your journey. So make that a hashtag, right? Yep. Carrie moved over from Instagram. I've refired Instagram to get it going. Instagram times me at an hour. I don't know what that's all about, but it does. So. Yeah, Pam. Trust me. I understand asking for support. So you're not asking for support, Pam. So you're asking. Just simply walk in and say to someone, "Tell me about your journey," and that's it. And you'll start building accountability buddies that way. I promise you. Let's see. Yeah. Hashtag tell me about your journey. There we go. Done. So cool. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. We're at 62 minutes over on YouTube. Got an early appointment in the morning. So I need to get this thing published, get it out, and get it all done. So hashtag tell me about your journey. Let's get it done. Folks, thank you for being here. Have a great night. It's truly my honor to walk this journey with you. I tell you, we got big plans for the show, and I thank you so much for all your support. We're going to make this thing awesome because you're awesome and you deserve it. And we will see you tomorrow is the plan. Tomorrow's a holiday, federal holiday, so I'm off tomorrow. So we'll have a show tomorrow night. Get on Twitter and you'll find it. That's the best way. Or fatdag.com. Click on the event tab and you'll get the calendar. So thank you all for being here. We're going to close down YouTube first. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?